Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. I am Charles Ozukumi. Coming up. Over 200 former NPP appointed MMDCs declare support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia after a closed-door meeting in Accra.
Pledging not just our votes, but our time, our resources and energy to mobilize, to campaign, and deliver a massive support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidacy.
Also coming up, 2022, trained teachers extend picket to Finance Ministry and Parliament over unpaid salaries and delayed staff IDs.
From January, February, March, another batch was released. Then we saw that no, where the thing is heading towards is becoming unusual. So we started raising questions and then trying to find out why there is this delay in the release of the staff IDs.
Sunyani Municipal Assembly urges cooperation as it begins Central Business District decongestion exercise.
Personally, myself and my coordinating director with other staff, we have visited the regional police commander and we have discussed the modalities with them. We will give them some very few days to do the needful, to do the right thing along the roadside and within our city. After these few days, finally the task force will move in and start to make sure that our traders and everybody, including the drivers, comply with this directive.
Stakeholders urge targeted efforts to attract young people into agriculture following successful agri-fair by Channel 1 TV.
To change Ghana, we want people to eat what we grow in this country. We want more people to turn their gaze back to the farm and understand that, hey, there's money to be made in the farm and we can feed our country. So we do what we do because we want more people to come and do the same thing. So we appreciate the partnership, we appreciate the publicity. We want more people to see the...
In Channel 1 Business. Chief of Staff highlights Ghana's strategic location as gateway to Africa as government courts Chinese investors. And in Channel 1 Sports. Black Queens eye Benin clash after win against Malawi. Thank you for your time here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's begin the bulletin with politics because a total of 220 former metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives who served under the NPP government from 2017 to 2024 have formally pledged their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in his bid to lead the party into the 2028 presidential election. Now, this follows a closed-door meeting between Dr. Bawumia and the former MMDCs in Accra. Channel 1 News' Hansen Ajiman has more.
The meeting provided an opportunity for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to engage with the former MMDCs as he begins to consolidate support for his 2028 presidential ambition. The gathering also comes ahead of a potential expansion of the party's electoral college, which will grant former MMDCs the right to vote in the election of a presidential candidate, if adopted at the upcoming National Delegates Conference. Even before the meeting, some attendees expressed their unwavering support.
When we nurture leadership, we must always give it time to blossom. I see Dr. Bawumia as somebody who has been nurtured by this country. And in my view, I think that he will be a fine president for this country.
So you're going to support him for the 2028 bid?
I mean, obviously.
Brian Champon is from your region.
Yes. Brian is another excellent gentleman. And, for me, he's also equally being prepared. I think that in the nearest future, and this NPP as a party will have leaders who will be able to hold this country and move it forward.
After the engagement, Ebenezer Doku, former MC for Adentan, addressed the press on behalf of the 220 MMDCEs. He affirmed their collective belief that Dr. Bawumia is the party's best bet for victory in 2028.
220 former MMDCs, comprising men and women who have served at the grassroots level with dedication, have signed onto this declaration, pledging not just our votes, but our time, our resources and energy to mobilize, to campaign, and deliver a massive support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidacy.
Dr. Bawumia expressed appreciation for the support.
The meeting was just to appraise them of where I am and then to thank them, most importantly, for their efforts in the 2024 election, and to also ask for their support of me going forward. So that was basically, in a nutshell, what we came to do.
Dr. Bawumia continues to engage party stakeholders as part of efforts to increase his chances of representing the NPP in the 2028 election. He met with former MMDCs who served between the period of 2017 to 2024. 220 of them say they are supporting him for this presidential bid. Reporting for Channel 1 TV, Hansen Ajiman.
We're now joined in studio by former MC for Adentan, Mr. Ebenezer Doku, on this declaration for Dr. Bawumia. I'm grateful to you for coming.
Well,
are you the leader for this group?
I'm one of the leaders.
Okay.
We have a number of us, but I spoke on behalf of the group.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I imagine before this declaration for Bawumia, the lobbies had been working to get you and these MMDCs to support other candidates.
Sure.
So what has been the reaction since this declaration for Bawumia today?
Well, definitely some would be happy, others wouldn't be, and that has always been part of our democratic dispensation. I mean, you either go for candidate A or candidate B, and it's a numbers game. And so others will wish they had a group or this group supporting them the way we are doing for Dr. Bawumia.
I mean, when you say you are supporting Dr. Bawumia, what does this support entail? Are you just supporting him by votes, or you're actively going to campaign for Dr. Bawumia?
I mean, definitely we are MMDCs from the various constituencies we have across the country, and it is our obligation to go down there and talk for Dr. Bawumia. I mean, he can't be everywhere across the country. We have elected ourselves. We have been with the people on the ground, and they know us, we know them. You cannot say that no MMDC has an influence in his constituency or his district.
Okay.
And so we have said that we are going to use all that we have to go down onto the ground and work for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I mean, there is talk of setting up a setting desk for MMDCs. What does that entail?
I mean, there should be a linkage between the campaign office and the constituencies. The campaign office and we, those who've elected ourselves to work for him. And that is what that desk is meant to do.
Okay.
I mean, whatever campaign, after you've gone out, there's a need for feedback. How do you do that? You need a desk or someone to listen to you and to really listen to the candidate or the team to work on.
So you're going to be actively involved with this campaign.
For sure.
So who is going to be funding your activities, yourselves or Dr.
We have said in our statement that we are going to campaign and we are going to mobilize resources on the ground. I mean, no candidate ever has campaigned with his own resources. You will have to go down to the people, talk to those who believe in your candidate, and they will all help mobilize resources to prosecute the agenda.
when you say people who believe in your candidates?
We have party
businesses,
members. There are party members in all the 276 constituencies who believe in Dr. Bawumia's agenda. There are businessmen who believe in Dr. Bawumia's agenda, and that is exactly what we are going to do.
Okay. Are there any assurances that this endorsement is not just superficial?
I mean, you saw colleagues behind me when I was speaking. The difference is that we have met all other aspirants. We've met the Honorable Kenneth Japong. We had a fruitful discussion. We listened to him. We also met Dr. Brian Champong. I've said it somewhere. A fantastic young man. Young because he's the youngest among all the aspirants who are vying to be presidential candidates of our party. He spoke well. I listened to him. I mean, I was marveled by the quality the man has.
So why are you not supporting him?
Amongst all of them, I mean, they can all be candidates of our party, but there's always one who stands out, and that is Dr. Bawumia.
What makes him stand out? What makes him so special?
He has gone around the country more than 3 times, better than all other candidates.
Okay.
At the last election, he was able to garner about 42% of the votes cast. So in that case, the question is, someone has some amount of votes in his basket already. Why do you go and pick another person who is yet to begin? You and I know that the NDC are bringing a new candidate in the next elections.
Yes.
I mean, the vetting of the Supreme Court judges made it clear that they believe that the Constitution is clear on the number of terms the president can do, and that is 2 terms. He's done with it. There's no way John Mahama can be president again in the next elections. So there's definitely going to be a new candidate. Why do you risk it? Apart from that, Dr. Bawumia himself made a statement. It was clear that every president has given power to a candidate who has contested him before. Okay? Rawlings handed over to Kufuor contested Rawlings. Kufuor handed over to Atta Mills. Atta Mills contested him twice. Atta Mills, John Mahama handed over to Akufo-Addo. They contested in elections. Akufo-Addo handed over back to President John Mahama. Now, amongst all our candidates, which of them has contested Mahama before?
Really?
Sure. So, I mean, that is the case. And we believe that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be our next president.
But the argument also is that his performance in the last election was abysmal, and that he's not a winnable candidate. He's qualified, but he's not a winnable candidate. What is your counter-argument to that?
Before 2016, it was all over this country. Akufo-Addo can never be president in this country. People said that, or you've forgotten. When John Mahama lost the 2016 elections by over a million votes, what didn't we say? John Mahama is finished. He can never be president. We all said it. Today he's the president of the Republic. So people can say whatever they want. They can say whatever they want.
It's the gap, it's Bawumia's performance in the last election. I mean,
the gap John Mahama got in the 2016 election was the biggest ever. The 2024 election tells us that John Mahama made only 100,000 votes extra. Difference from the 2020 elections. Check the results. What John Mahama got in 2024, he had only 100,000 votes more than he got in 2020.
But your argument has always been that
your argument has been that not vote. Our party members didn't vote.
Okay.
So it was not the case that Dr. Bawumia himself, didn't garner the votes. Mind you, every candidate runs on the ticket of a party. So the party that projects a candidate, there has never been a case that the candidate goes into election on his own or her own in a political dispensation. So if Bawumia didn't do well, it was a party. We all heard people say our party, at a point, people were arrogant. And in politics, 70% of whatever happens is perception. Once they perceive that our party was arrogant, our candidate. I mean, there was no way we were going to do that well. And I mean, so it is a reflection of what happened in the country. John Mahama recently said the happenings between Iraq and Israel is causing some shocks within the country. And so the revenue, the de-levy they were bringing had to be halted. What didn't they say earlier? Ghanaians believed them that Russia, Ukraine wasn't the cause of our problems. Today, John Mahama is saying that Iran-Israel's war has an implication on the economy of Ghana.
So you think
so Ghanaians with time will know that they were scammed in 2024 and will do better in 2028.
So you believe Dr. Bawumia is the NPP's best bet for 2020? But can't people say you've been unfair to him? After just meeting him like last week, you had conversations with him, and then suddenly you have come out to declare for another candidate.
We only express our view, Chief. That's our view. I mean, we have, Ken has one vote, I have one vote. And so I'm talking based on the vote I have. And that's what we've done. There's no unfairness in this. We only told the Ghanaian people what we think is right for the party.
So this declaration is out of your own volition? You're not being whipped in line like we were told in the last?
But a man of my stature, look at my beard. I mean, who can force me to make a declaration for one person or the other? I mean, I've been in this party for long. I've been a regional officer. I've been a constituency officer. I mean, why? Why should I allow someone to pull me to go and do something that I don't think is right? I mean, it's an insult to us. Okay. To a large extent.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Doku.
Welcome.
Ebenezer Doku is former Municipal Chief Executive for Adentan, one of the 220 former MMDCs who have declared their support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in the NPP flag bearership race. Let's move on away from that story and focus on education, because the 2022 batch of colleges of education trained teachers say they will extend their picketing to the Finance Ministry and Parliament on Tuesday, June 23, following unresolved issues with the Ghana Education Service. On Monday, hundreds of the teachers gathered at the Ghana Education Service headquarters in Accra to protest the delay in receiving their staff IDs and non-payment of salaries for the past 10 months. However, hours of picketing ended without resolution, sparking further frustration. Melody Fafa Potufe has more in this report.
After months of letters, engagement, and previous picketing, the 2022 batch of trained teachers is once again back on the streets, this time determined to have their voices heard. Some 784 aggrieved teachers drawn from all 16 regions say they have waited far too long for action on their delayed staff IDs and unpaid salaries despite repeated promises from the Ghana Education Service.
You can remember a couple of months ago, we were here on the same agenda, and then they promised that yes, they are working on it, But unfortunately, they gave us some reasons that we think does not tally with the reason why we are not getting the staff IDs.
All the way from Zepa, the never to region, village, in mind. Baby, I'm a from home. If you are policy, they say who's a few rad in the car, but we can say them, sir. But me, madam, you are, and so
a visibly frustrated nursing mother, Sarah Cry, shared her ordeal, revealing the emotional and financial toll the delay has had on her and her family. After several hours of chanting and expressing their grievances, the teachers were invited into a meeting with the public relations officer of the GES, Daniel Finney. He requested that the meeting be held behind closed doors, assuring that the media will be briefed afterward.
Everything there is to discuss, and settle it here. Then after that, meet with the media and discuss the outcome of our discussion. That's why we don't want the media aimed at the discussion.
Tensions escalated during the meeting when the Deputy Director General of the service, Professor Smile GC, claimed the GES was unaware of their concerns and instructed the teachers to formally submit a written petition. The teachers, however, described the comment as unfortunate and disappointing.
This issue has been lingering on for about 10 months now, and it's not the first time we've been here, and I am supposed to believe that even if she is new to the system, probably the system could have informed her. And so I think it was just unfortunate for her to come to the public to say that she had no idea about the whole thing.
Despite submitting a compiled document outlining their grievances, the situation took a dramatic turn. Police officers moved in to disperse the group, initially giving them 3 minutes to vacate the premises. When the teachers did not leave immediately, force was used to drive them out.
Move! Mando, move everybody! Out! Out! Come out! Go out! This is like I've got you on. The whole Ghana is watching. And the whole Ghana is watching. That people who have come to vote for their staff IDs.
Another round of picketing has ended with no clear resolution. The teachers still insist that they will spend the night here at the premises of the GES headquarters. After that, they will petition tomorrow at the Ministry of Finance and also at Parliament. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Melody Fafa Kotife.
Let's now head to the Ashanti region. The regional police command there has arrested 5 individuals believed to be part of a criminal syndicate responsible for the theft of large sums of money from vehicles in the region. Now, all the suspects are said to be Nigerian nationals. Ashanti regional correspondent Fatia Minu Ibrahim has more.
Police say the group operates by targeting individuals who have just withdrawn significant amounts of cash from banks. According to the Regional Police Command, a typical operation involves one member of the gang loitering near a bank to spot a potential victim. Once a target is identified, accomplices in a second vehicle follow the victim until they park and leave their car unattended. Using a tool to strike the vehicle, the suspects are able to unlock it and quickly steal the money before fleeing in the second vehicle. At a press briefing, the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, DCOP Emmanuel Tekujo, confirmed the arrest of 5 suspects following weeks of surveillance and investigations. The suspects have been identified as Russell Ikenze, 29, a taxi driver; Francis Friday, 49, a politician; Linus Agwezie, 51, a trader; Gifty Ozrumbam, and Gladys Ibrahim. Police say the latter 2 were arrested for allegedly shielding one of the syndicate's leaders, Cosmas Madua Buchuku, who remains at large after sustaining gunshot wounds during a failed arrest attempt. Reports indicate Cosmas had been using their drinking spot as a hideout. 2 vehicles used in the gang's operations, a gold-colored Toyota Highlander and a black Toyota Highlander, both bearing fake number plates, have been impounded.
Through sustained intelligence gathering and surveillance, supported by footage from the intelligence video surveillance system monitored at the Police Emergency Command Center at the regional headquarters, 2 suspects' vehicles were identified. During interrogation, the suspect confessed to being part of a larger criminal syndicate. They admitted of carrying out similar thefts at several locations within Kumasi. A manhunt is underway to arrest Cosmas, Madua Buchuku, and the other accomplices still at large.
In a related development, the Nkaria Divisional Police Command has arrested a 29-year-old man, Williams Oforiata, at Kukum in the Ahafo region in connection with the murder of 28-year-old Emmanuel Kwabena. Police say the suspect confessed to the shooting during interrogation. A mobile phone believed to belong to the deceased has also been retrieved. Now, police have assured of efforts to apprehend the rest of the members of the criminal syndicate. For Channel News, I am Fatih Amin Ibrahim, Central Police Command, Ashanti Region.
You're also watching the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One TV. Still ahead. Chief of Staff highlights Ghana's strategic location as gateway to Africa as government courts Chinese investors. We have details in a bit. Please stay with us.
In a fast-growing urban environment like Accra, safety is as important as the air that we breathe. Hear the real stories from those who now feel safe like never before with Response One.
One night, I heard the glass shattering. Armed robbers had broken in. Before I could react, the alarm blared and the lights flashed, and Response One was already on their way. Within minutes, the security was at my door and the armed robbers had fled. I never want to be that scared again. And now I know with Response One, I never will.
Don't wait for tragedy to strike. Protect your home with Response One's monitored alarm system and our theft protection guarantee. Immediate response, real protection. Response One. Stay connected, stay protected.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes, so what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in.
Right now, it's in now.
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here, take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh.
Pay safer and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Welcome back. This is the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One TV. Next is Channel One Business with Netele Nete Ajaho.
Channel One Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I have your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
I came and conquered the game.
Hello, Natalia, you're welcome.
Thank you, Charles.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
What's in the world of business?
Government is, if I put it for a while, they are advertising Ghana to the world. They are calling on Chinese investors to come back into the country as we are restoring macro.
And who is leading this charge?
President Mahama.
And the Chief of Staff, huh?
Yeah, and the Chief of Staff, yes.
Julius Debra.
Yes.
All right, let's have your news.
Now, government is urging more Chinese investors to tap into business opportunities in Ghana, highlighting its strategic location as a gateway to African and European markets. Chief of Staff Julius Debra says the country's major seaports and strong air connectivity position it as a regional hub. Daniel Ojo-Mensah has more in this report.
Speaking on behalf of President John Dramani Mahama at the 2025 Ghana-China Business Summit, Chief of Staff Julius Debra called on Chinese investors to consider Ghana a prime investment destination. He added that the country remains open to hosting additional vehicle assembly plants, further bolstering its industrial sector.
The President believes that when we talk to you about the Ghanaian market, it's not necessarily about Ghana as a country. And so when you invest in Ghana, you have the opportunity to export into the other West African countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea, and it's much, much easier if you use Ghana as your base.
Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture, John Dumelo, noted that the government is considering partnerships with China to maximize land use for agricultural production.
We need to maximize the use of the land that we have. Yes, Ghana will say we boast of millions of hectares of land. But the truth is, some of the most developed countries are using the few acres of land that they have to maximize efficiency.
Acting CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Marilyn Mamiefua Wajeto, has called on investors to support efforts to revamp tourism infrastructure with particular emphasis on the Mole National Park.
Some of the infrastructure would like to put together, for instance, would be to transform our Mole National Park, which is a fantastic game park. We would like to, give it a facelift, transform it. We would like to create a few ecologies as far as that is concerned. We would also like to, move to sustainability.
Business leaders at the summit are urging the government to create an enabling environment that fosters foreign investment. For Channel One Business, I am Daniel Ojo-Mensah.
Now, the Bank of Ghana says the establishment of a Women's Development Bank is expected to help address long-standing credit access constraints facing women-led enterprises across sectors including trade, agri and technology. Delivering remarks on behalf of the governor at the 2025 African Financial Inclusion Policy Initiative meetings, First Deputy Governor of the BOG, Dr. Zakari Mumuni, stated that the move forms part of broader efforts to advance gender-inclusive financial policies.
Beyond access, ladies and gentlemen, we are also committed to gender-inclusive finance. In 2023, Ghana joined the African Development Bank's AFAWA initiative, supporting financial institutions to unlock credit for women entrepreneurs through risk-sharing instruments and technical assistance. Even more, under the leadership of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, Ghana is establishing a Women's Development Bank with a seed capital of over 51 million Ghana cedis allocated in the 2025 budget. This institution will directly address the persistent credit gap faced by women-led businesses, particularly in agriculture, trade, and in the tech areas. These initiatives reflect our belief that women's financial inclusion is not a social obligation, but a smart economic strategy.
Now let's bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's all for Channel One Business. I am Netali Netiachahu. Over to you, Charles.
Thank you very much, Netali. Let's focus on some other stories now. And the Sunyani Municipal Assembly in the Bono region is set to carry out a decongestion exercise within the Central Business District to address growing concerns of congestion in the area. Municipal Chief Executive Vincent Nchieje is calling on residents and traders to cooperate with authorities as the operation begins. Bono Regional Correspondent Michael Sapoinfum has more in the following report.
Like many urban centers across the country, Sunyani is grappling with increasing congestion, particularly within its Central Business District. The situation has led to persistent traffic buildup, with traders occupying roadsides and pedestrian walkways. Additionally, some shop owners are set to display their goods outside their shops, contributing to further the congestion. To address this, the Municipal Assembly is initiating a decongestion drive aimed at restoring order and easing movement in the CBD.
One major thing that I observed personally as MC during my rounds around town is the fact that we have a lot of trading, selling activities, buying and selling activities happening along our major streets within the Sunyani municipality. And one typical example is the Maso stretch of our daily market, closer to where our main station is within the Central Business District of our municipality. Aside the Maso Road, I've also cited when you are moving from the assembly towards the Rex roundabout or the Cocoa House roundabout, then when you negotiate that curve towards the main station, from both sides, left and right, you see a lot of selling activities also happening along the road. Personally, myself and my coordinating director with other staff, we have visited the regional police commander and we have discussed the modalities with them. The regional police commander, I'm pleased to announce to you all that he has pledged his support to provide us with men, together with some few other security services, then together with the committee members and some other members of the task force, who after this engagement, we will give them some very few days to do the needful, to do the right thing along the roadside and within our city. After these few days, finally, the task force will move in and start to make sure that our traders and everybody, including the drivers, comply with this directive.
Meanwhile, some residents and traders have been reacting to the upcoming exercise.
This is not the first time that the Assembly intends to do something like this. But after the decongestion exercise that for this year or the day that they have designated to embark on, after this exercise, what next? Are they able or have they planned something to sustain it? Is it going to be a one-day job or just for cameras?
The inhabitants of the Sunyani municipality have been admonished to cooperate with the Sunyani Municipal Assembly when the decongestion exercise begins. For Channel 1 News, Michael Saponinfum, Sunyani.
Now, students of St. Francis Xavier Junior High School in Yape are currently studying in severely overcrowded classrooms due to a shortage of adequate infrastructure. A visit by Channel 1 News revealed that the few available classrooms at the school are filled far beyond their capacity, creating an uncomfortable and challenging learning environment. In some cases, the students are forced to sit on molded blocks because of limited space and a lack of furniture.
The headmaster of the school expressed concern over the situation. He explained that a classroom originally designed to hold 45 students now accommodates as many as 83, making effective teaching and learning extremely difficult.
We have about 3-4 sitting on one desk, so we are forced to arrange other materials or other items for them to be able to get themselves seated and able to listen. We are suggesting or we are pleading that if the authority did that be could provide us another block, another 3 classroom block, that will help us to be able to ease the situation.
Idi Camille, the assembly member for the Yape electoral area and presiding member for the Central Gunja district, also acknowledged the issue. He noted that not only are the classrooms too small, but they also lack basic furniture. However, he commended the Parents Teachers Association for their continued support in addressing some of the school's challenges.
In fact, the PTA of this school are doing so well. They are supporting the school. Hadn't it been so, maybe we would have come here and wouldn't get furniture at all. And so we are calling on any organization that can come to support this school should do it, and do it now.
Some students who spoke to Channel 1 News appealed to the government and relevant stakeholders for assistance. They said learning in such congested classrooms, especially during hot weather, is both uncomfortable and demoralizing.
We have insufficient chairs. When during studies, we find it difficult to concentrate on the teacher because we would like 4 or 3 students will be sitting on one chair, and you will not be comfortable on sitting on the chair. And during this, the students they will not be concentrating on what the teacher is teaching.
Now, stakeholders within the agriculture value chain are calling for a more deliberate effort to make the sector appealing to the youth. Now, this follows the successful 3-day agri-fair at Accra's Efwa Sutherland Park, which attracted hundreds of patrons, farmers, and agribusinesses and policymakers. There is more in this report.
Organized by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, the 2025 edition of Agri-Fair highlighted the vast potential of Ghana's agricultural sector and the critical role young people can play in driving innovation and growth. Despite the sector's potential, many young Ghanaians continue to show limited interest in agriculture, often citing barriers such as lack of access to land, financing, and modern tools. Minister for Food and Agriculture Eric Opoku addressed these concerns during the event, outlining the government's efforts to implement targeted policies aimed at making agriculture more attractive and accessible to the youth.
Nature has bestowed on us a lot of agricultural potentials. We have the land in abundance, we have water, we have cheap labor, and we are close to market after it's here. So we have what it takes to use agriculture to engender economic growth. And that is why His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, has set for this government an agenda called Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda. And to be able to actualize this, we have a flagship program, which is called the Feed Ghana program.
Adding his voice, Selim Agudu, chief farmer at Urban Jungle Agro Limited, urged young people not to be discouraged by outdated perceptions of farming. He stressed that agriculture is evolving and offers opportunities for entrepreneurship and innovation.
We as farmers are doing the work we do for a reason. We want to change Ghana. We want people to eat what we grow in this country. We want more people to turn their gaze back to the farm and understand that, hey, there's money to be made in the farm and we can feed our country. So we do what we do because we want more people to come and do the same thing. So we appreciate the partnership, we appreciate the publicity. We want more people to see this and understand that the farm is where the action is. Come, let's farm and let's feed the country.
Some patrons at the fair also called on both government and private sector actors to invest in agri-tech solutions. They emphasized the need to train and support young farmers in using modern tools such as irrigation systems, drones, and data platforms.
We are also trying to find ways to locally bring it here into Ghana. I mean, this is something that has been done in the Western world in many ways. But I mean, once we are able to support each other to grow, we can have more technologies like this that can make agriculture attractive to homes, young people, etc.
Despite these ongoing challenges, many patrons and vendors praised City FM and Channel 1 TV for transforming Agri-Fair 2025 into a vibrant platform for promoting agriculture and mobilizing national support for the sector.
I think it's been awesome since we came on Friday, and the expectations were very high, and indeed you guys have really met our expectations. I think sales was also good on the first day. I think at the point we even ran out of stock, and then we had to go back to the depot to bring some more stock. And I think it's been phenomenal since we came. I think it's something you guys should keep up. I don't know whether it will be like twice in a year or every quarter, but something that should be sustained over the years.
This happens to be one of the most
patronized, both in terms of people that I've seen going around and also in terms of the sales that have been made while we've been here. Since Friday, every single day we have sold out. I'm expecting that today as well we'll sell out. And each time we've almost doubled the amount of product that we bring in.
Frema Edunyami, head of events and partnerships at City FM and Channel One TV, expressed appreciation for the strong turnout and positive feedback from participants, describing this year's fair as a major success.
A lot of people are very excited about the Agri Fair. People keep asking if we can do it once a month. I was like, what? I mean, that's going to be a difficult one, but it also tells that people are excited about it and they would really want to see this happen very often. So we are taking the feedback and we'll ensure that we will see what we can do about it. If we can do maybe twice a year, okay, but that's up for discussion.
Some of the vendors also highlighted how they benefited from Development Bank Ghana, one of the sponsors of Agri-Fair.
Last 2 years, we were in deep crisis. We were saved by DBG through Fidelity Bank. Other than that, we had been even off from the business. That is why they invited us and we are here.
The Agri-Fair 2025 was powered by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 City FM, and it was proudly sponsored by Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, Trillium Ghana Limited, and technology partner Farmerline.
With agriculture being the backbone of the economy, the youth are being encouraged to venture into the sector. Meanwhile, Channel One TV has been drawing praises for the successful hosting of the 2025 Agri-Fair. For Channel One News, I am Daniel Sakiti.
This is still the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One TV. Still to come. Black Queens eye Benin clash after win against Malawi. We'll be back in a moment. Please don't go away.
You look amazing. Have you discovered a new secret to stay healthy these days?
Actually, I have. It's called SOS Advance. It is a health supplement manufactured in the UK with 11 essential oils like frankincense, black seed, oregano, and neems, all powered by nanotechnology.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. What does it do?
SOS Advance supports your immune system against invading pathogens, including viruses, bacteria, and toxins. It also provides antioxidant effects to help combat free radicals and reduce oxidative stress on your body.
Wow, I really need this. Like, I've been feeling off lately, but I can't pinpoint exactly what the problem is.
Oh, easy. I think you should get it. You can find it at every pharmacy nearby.
There's a pharmacy here! Let's go! Thank you. I beg his wound is pain.
Pregnant and lactating mothers should contact their physicians. This advert is FDA approved.
You want to get polytank?
Oh, and yeah, you're fine.
Go straight.
No, I want for left, right.
And you press right. Ghana na ye wono. So when you do more, any data. Who knows? Abe, na here. Mr. Polytank ato. Enu ti ta menu ya ba you to be abet na ba hejo. O food to be ya e de enjoy ye kura.
Akuya bulambu kotoman. Emu ha.
Like they take you by so. Them to be the go to the distributor and you give the original Polytank. Polytank Kapananka. You get a sound?
Polytank Kapananka Sankasa.
My name is Lydia Safwa. I'm from Safusco Ghana Limited. I'm the managing director for the company. I'll commend MasterCard Foundation and Absa Bank for the 10% loan for women-led businesses and agri-businesses, because this facility came in at the right time for Safusco. The facility helped us to get machinery for our detergent powder and other raw materials to help us come out with 3 products: the detergent powder, the African black soap, and the bleach. We were able to employ 15 youth in addition to our working force, and this has really helped boost our productivity and revenue as well. Annually, we organize the Global Hand Washing Day in schools within our vicinity. We hope to make sure that Safosco helps to combat diseases from the schools. We are trying to have volunteers within the school. Those volunteers will help make sure that the project is being sustained in the school.
Thank you for staying with the Channel 1 Newsroom. Up next is Channel 1 Sports with Gabi Ofe. Hello, Gabi.
Hi, Charles.
What's up with the Black Queens?
Yeah, so preparing for the WAFCON, which kicks off in 2 weeks, I believe. That's July 5. So they've been engaged in a couple of friendlies. They beat Malawi over the weekend. They have Benin to take on, then they take on the Super Falcons in their final game ahead of the big game itself against South Africa.
All right, then.
All right, so let's start with women's football. And Black Queens head coach Kimlas Bjorgren says the team's victory over Malawi has offered several positives as they prepare for their next game against Benin on Wednesday. Now, Ghana will face Benin, their second friendly, part of a 3-match series in Morocco, ahead of their opening fixture against the Bayana of South Africa in the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations, which kicks off on July 5.
A few players that is with their club team. The FIFA window is open up the 23rd, so it will be another like 6-7 players here that we can add to this squad. So there will potentially be some rotations for the future, but well, our strength is that we have so many like good players, so we can actually change the 2-3 players and keep the quality. And it showed a little bit today that we did some rotations and we still had a good quality. We are working hard now, and you can see like the time we are spending together right now is actually really helping us. And it's the first time for me as a coach that I can spend so much time with this group. And the performance today, it was the best one so far that we have played, I would say, together, maybe with the Morocco game somehow.
Now, away from the Black Queens, Liverpool's Jeremy Frimpong says the club record signing Florian Wirtz is very special and doesn't crumble under pressure. Now, Liverpool's owners have attempted to keep the feel-good factor going this summer by spending serious money in the transfer market. Now, almost £150 million has been spent on securing the Bayer Leverkusen duo, with Wirtz snapped up for £116 million fee.
Yeah, that's my boy, you know. Just expect a winner, you know. He's a very, 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 very special player, you know. And for me, it's like, he's a very hard-working guy, you understand? The league will love him. Yeah. And for me, I ain't got to talk too much. Just watch him, innit? Just watch him.
But it is exciting times for Liverpool fans, isn't it, to see yourself coming early in the window, Florian Wirtz coming in as well. Big statement signings from a team that finished 10 points clear of everyone last season.
Yeah, of course. Flo, he don't crumble under pressure, you know. He likes pressure, you know. He's a guy that likes pressure, because I feel like, you see, when you're on the pitch, you forget about everything. You just enjoy football. You just play, you know. And Flo is one of the guys that make you enjoy football, you know, just seeing how he plays, you know. So he's going to be perfect, and he's playing with Liverpool players, you know, so he's going to be perfect. He's going to be fine.
And that's the very latest in the world of sports. Back to you, Charles.
Well, grateful to you, Gabi. Let's head to the northern region now. Assembly members in the Pandai district have unanimously confirmed the president's nominee, Haruna Abdul Karim, as the district chief executive. Now, this brings to an end a 6-month vacancy that had left the district without a DCE. In his acceptance speech, Haruna Abdul Karim expressed gratitude to the president for the nomination and pledged to serve the people of Pandai with dedication and integrity.
The district is still facing with enormous challenges in terms of its development. Internally generated funds, boundary conflicts, lack of filter issues, lack of good drinking water and bad road and electricity supply, among others. the above mentioned challenges will be tackled head on. I wish to make a humble appeal to the Honorable Regional Minister and all of you to assist me to confront those challenges so that the district development will enhance police capacity. Honorable Regional Minister, let me assure you that my administration will do everything possible to have a district in which the comfort and security of the people is guaranteed in order to improve their socio-economic livelihood.
And that's how we wrap up this edition of the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One TV. Do visit our website, channel1news.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for watching.